Inside America's hacking epidemic. Cyber attackers are waging war on banks, utilities, and companies and might try to disrupt the U.S. election. Here's everything you need to know. How frequent are hacks? In the U.S. alone, government and private targets are pummeled by hundreds of thousands of hacking attempts every hour. Cyber attackers have breached the Pentagon, State Department, and White House, stolen the personal data of an estimated one-half of Americans in attacks on banks and tech companies like Yahoo, and provided WikiLeaks with personal emails of Democratic Party officials, as well as generals and former secretaries of state. These cyber criminals can potentially target every aspect of our lives that involves an internet connection. They could suddenly apply the brakes on smart cars or take over a passenger jet's avionics system. If they finally breach the critical infrastructure services like the electric grid, as they attempted to do at least 79 times in 2014, the results would be nightmarish, says Tony Lawrence, Chief Executive Officer of cybersecurity firm VOR Technology. Imagine if someone shut down the power to New York's traffic grid during rush hour. Where do these attacks originate? Some are carried out by international hacktivist groups like Anonymous, whose members style themselves digital Robin Hoods, pursuing justice against the world's powerful. Two hacker groups of this type claimed credit for a major wave of denial-of-service cyber attacks earlier this month that blocked access to sites such as Twitter, Netflix, and Amazon. But most hacks are directed or sponsored by nation-states. The two worst culprits are China and Russia. China's mysterious Unit 61398, part of the People's Liberation Army, has reportedly been responsible for at least 141 successful cyber intrusions on 20 major U.S. industrial sectors, including oil and gas pipelines. In Russia, hacking groups called Cozy Bear and Guccifer 2.0 have targeted foreign critics of President Vladimir Putin, and in December shut down part of the electric grid in Ukraine. How do the hacks work? About 91% begin with a simple phishing attack, in which an email masquerading as a legitimate communication from a well-known company invites the recipient to click on a link or open an attachment. That attachment or link is actually loaded with malware. If just one of the hundreds of people in the company or government agency targeted by this attack falls for the trick, his or her computer downloads that malware, giving the hacker a backdoor into the organization's entire network. Many hacks involve spear phishing, a more personalized email designed to look like a message from a friend or colleague. Another phishing technique is to encourage recipients to enter their account details into an official-looking form from a web company or a government agency. How much damage can hacks do? They can wreak absolute havoc, economically, politically, and physically. The North Korea-directed attack on Sony Pictures Entertainment unleashed a stream of embarrassing